Franchise.
Get in like the Marines.
Franchise.
Yeah.
Franchise.
We're in.
Franchise. Franchise the damn thing.
Now a scene from Batman Begins.
You're vigilantes.
No. A vigilante is just a man lost in the scramble for his own gratification. He can be destroyed or locked up. But if you make yourself more than just a man, if you devote yourself to an ideal, and if they can't stop you, then you become something else entirely.
Which is?
Legend, Mr. Wayne.
Welcome to Franchise Addicts, a podcast covering every film in a given franchise. My name is Luke.
And I'm Chris.
And this week we are on to the fifth film in the Batman franchise, Batman Begins.
Into the Nolan verse.
We are finally here.
We are here. We're getting serious. No more bubblegum bullshit, Joel Schumacher. We're getting serious. This is fine-ass filmmaking, Batman style.
Yeah, it took 9 years, or 8 years, 8 to 9 years from the travesty that is Batman and Robin for the Hollywood world to take another crack at the Batman universe. And they brought in a young filmmaker off his second movie in 2000. This is his third film.
After The Prestige?
Memento.
Well, Memento...
Prestige was made
after?
in between Begins and Dark Knight.
Okay, yes, that's right. I remember that. Great movie. I mean, the Christopher Nolan, obviously one of our great directors.
Yes, you kind of jumped on me introducing Christopher Nolan as.
Well,
the
I had to say it. I prepared it. Into the Nolan verse. Like, come on.
Nolanverse.
Yeah, it was a...
But I guess I should have known because Christopher Nolan is one of my favorite directors of all time. Now we have covered two of my favorite directors of all time between the Alien universe and the Batman universe. We got Fincher in Alien 3.
And Cameron.
No, not Cameron.
Man, we need a James Cameron Batman movie. What if he did Batman and Robin? And I mean, it would have been kind of the same, but
No, it would have been. It would have been better, probably.
Deeper.
I'll give him that.
Deeper.
It would not have been deeper.
it would have, but it would have thought it was deeper, and it would have like been environmental or something.
Yeah,
and
but
there would have been water, baby.
there definitely would have been the Bat submarine.
Yeah, the Batmarine. Okay, but we're Christopher Nolan. So yes, we did Fincher.
Now we got Nolan.
Now we got Nolan.
So Nolan is coming off of his kind of film school movie Following in 1998.
Yeah, what was that movie called?
It's called Following.
Following, okay.
Yeah.
I was thought you was like, oh, his film school Following, his fans. No, it's actually called Following. I never saw that one, did you?
I have just once.
Any good?
Not really.
Ooh, okay.
I mean, it's
a student film.
It's one of those movies that, like, when you're young and you have this kind of idea of someone that's obsessively following people, and that's, the film that you're doing. Christopher Nolan likes diving into the interior of his characters and into their minds and what makes them tick. So it's kind of the setup for a lot of the stuff. And then he kind of perfects that idea in Memento.
Great movie, yeah.
Which is a fantastic movie, and he really burst onto the scene in 2000 with that.
Yes.
Then he takes a 5-year hiatus, so to speak, until Batman Begins, and then he goes on quite the run.
Quite the run.
Batman Begins, Prestige, Dark Knight, and then Inception.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah,
that's pretty good. And there's a lot. There's many more. Quick thoughts. What do you think about Interstellar? Yay or nay?
I love Interstellar.
You love it? Okay.
Yes, I think it's one of the best movies of the last 20 years.
Wow. Okay.
I think it's better than Inception.
Okay. No, it's super cool. I think it can be a little divisive, and especially the end. But hey, the end of Nolan movies, we're going to talk all about those.
I think that Inception is really, really cool. The first and second time that you watch it, it's got the like blows your mind at the end and all that sort of stuff, but it progressively is a lesser and lesser movie. I still think it's fantastic, whereas with my interpretation of Interstellar is it gets better and better every time I watch it.
Ooh, well, maybe I should watch it more than once.
Yeah.
Okay. No, it's super cool. All right, so Christopher Nolan, he's jumping on here. This is the second movie, and what a movie it is.
Yeah, so like we said, there's a 8-year hiatus from Batman and Robin to Batman Begins, and we're kind of, tearing it down to build it back up again. So Nolan comes in, and Nolan is very good at casting movies. So he's very particular about who he wants. He has a way of finding leading men that look very similar to himself.
Mm-hmm.
And he finds that in Christian Bale in this movie. A lot of people tried out for Bruce Wayne Batman. I believe Gyllenhaal was kind of the man in second place.
Could not see it.
And the guy that ends up playing the Scarecrow, Cillian Murphy.
Cillian?
I believe it's Cillian.
Cillian
Murphy also tried out for Batman.
Imagine those baby blues behind the bat mask. Woof!
Nolan was like, you don't have the physique, buddy.
No, he's got some beta energy.
So the interesting thing is that Christian Bale is coming off of The Machinist, where he had to lose a ton of weight in order to play that role. I think he was down to like 130 pounds or something ridiculous.
Yeah.
If you've ever seen that movie, it is quite the transformation.
Yeah.
And that comes out a year prior to this film, and Nolan is like, you're my guy, but I need you to put on some weight, buddy.
Batman can't be anorexic.
So he had 6 months to look like he does in this film, which is a 210 like brawling beast. He looks, it's a great look. Christian Bale in a lot of interviews looking back on this movie was like, that was absolute hell.
Really?
Going from losing all the weight to play the Machinist to putting it all back on. Apparently he overshot it and was like 230, 240 coming in.
Whoopsie.
And Nolan was like, let's
It's not fat, man. Oh, man. I bet he had to... The clothes situation must have been crazy at his house.
I mean...
Nothing but sweats.
But, Bale is coming off, quite a run on his own. He's an American Psycho in 2000.
Yes, which is... Bruce Wayne has moments that remind me of...
Very similar. Yeah, you could tap into a little bit of...
Patrick Bateman.
Yeah, a little Patrick Bateman. And so that's in 2000. Machinist is in 2004. Have you ever seen the movie Newsies? Well, you don't like musicals.
No, but I'm aware of it.
Newsies?
I was growing up when that came out, and I was aware of it, and people liked it around me. And I avoided it, of course. But yes, he's in it, right? He's a young, he's a young newsie.
Yeah.
Hello, governor. Read all about it.
Yeah, his big thing is like, get your babes.
Oh, sounds awful.
It's a fantastic movie.
Hey, little man. Just breaking into song about headlines and scoops. Is there songs about scoops?
Yeah, I mean,
I've got a scoop.
The entire movie is about all the kids that work for the newspaper go on strike, basically, because they're not getting paid by, big media.
Sounds charming.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fantastic movie, Chris.
But
it has music in it, so beware.
Nope, I'll pass.
You and the rest of America.
It's okay. Well, no, there's a community, man. But okay, but we're not. But Batman Begins, not a musical. Christian Bale not singing as Batman, more gravelly.
Absolutely. And so the point I was getting to with his filmography, Christian Bale's up until this point, is he's still kind of trying to solidify himself as kind of the leading man star that we know him as now. Mm-hmm. And Batman Begins really puts him on the map. Chris Nolan puts him on the map, making him the leading man in this trilogy. And his career kind of takes off after that. He wins an Oscar for The Fighter.
Oh, yeah.
Don't remember what year, maybe 2007 for that movie, 2007, 2008. And then is nominated 3 other times after that for multiple movies.
Freaks out on the set of Terminator Salvation.
Yeah, he...
You fucking amateurs!
He's in potentially the worst Terminator movie.
Never seen it.
Yeah.
Maybe one day.
Not great. And, Nolan is also, besides the leading man, just filling this out with classic British actors, American actors. He brings in Michael Caine, who is now kind of the definitive Alfred, even though the guy, Michael, who's the...
I don't know his name.
Yeah, I don't know his name either, but, the guy that's been Alfred in the first 4 movies kind of gets lost
Classic
to history.
Alfred, sir.
Because Michael Caine is so good.
Oh,
as
never
Alfred
forget
in these
other
movies.
dude whose name we forgot.
Yeah.
the other Alfred guy in the movies that aren't quite as good. Yeah, those.
But he also brings in Liam Neeson, Gary Oldman,
Liam Neeson,
Tom Wilkinson. We've already talked about Cillian Murphy. You get the adorable Katie Holmes,
that's the one
who
casting.
then gets replaced.
Yeah, I mean, she is fine at best.
Rutger Hauer.
Rutger, who's that?
So his most famous movie is the movie that you refuse to see by Mr. Ridley Scott.
Oh, Blade Runner. I don't refuse to see it. I'd like to see it one of these days.
You refuse to see it.
I refuse to see Blade Runner. I will not do it.
And then Morgan Freeman's also in this movie.
Hell yeah.
Lucius Fox.
Won't do the voice.
Yeah, let's stay away from doing Morgan Freeman.
I would actually nothing wrong with that. I will work on it for next time because he is going to be around, and there's nothing wrong with paying homage to a great, wonderful, one of the all-time greatest voices.
Yes, I mean along with Michael Caine too.
Michael Caine.
And then a sneaky role by Ken Watanabe, who, if you would have asked me who is the guy that plays Ra's al Ghul at the start of this movie, I would not have said it was Ken Watanabe, but Ken Watanabe also appears in Inception with Christopher Nolan, so he kind of becomes a Christopher Nolan guy.
He's a Nolan guy.
And he's fantastic. I just, anyone that is looking for a TV show to watch, Tokyo Vice on HBO. Ken Watanabe's the lead of that, along with Ansel Elgort. Fantastic movie about journalism and crime in Tokyo in the modern day. Watanabe on fire that entire show.
Just like
Tokyo
Batman.
Vice.
Batman is briefly on fire in this movie.
He is briefly on fire in the Narrows. Don't go to the Narrows
The
at
Narrows,
night.
baby.
Don't go to the
Everyone's
Narrows
tripping their balls off, having a horrible time.
at night. All right.
Night.
So I'll give the bona fides for this movie. We're in 2005. We've got director Christopher Nolan. We've got writer David S. Goyer and Christopher Nolan. So this was a script written by Goyer and then kind of taken over. Goyer had to work on something else after, so Nolan kind of takes it from him and polishes it up from there. But I think that Goyer can get a lot of credit for this first script. It was nominated for 1 Oscar, that is cinematography, just like Batman Forever.
Very similar movies.
Very funny name, Wally Pfister is the nominated cinematographer for this. It had a budget of $150 million and made a worldwide total of $373 million.
What was your experience seeing the movie? Well, yeah, tell me, and I'll tell you mine.
2005,
Yeah,
so
what was
I was in
happening?
8th grade.
Whoa.
I don't know if I saw this in theaters. I do famously, if you know me,
I
have
don't
no
know.
recollection of my life before high school.
See someone about that?
I have tried to work through that with multiple therapists.
Yeah,
and,
oh no, that's bad.
I don't think it's because of anything terrible that happened in my childhood, but I have just chosen to block out large portions of my life. And so I don't know, but this is a movie that then going into high school, very formative. Watched it a bunch of times before The Dark Knight came out a couple years later, and was definitely in theaters for The Dark Knight and Dark Knight Rises.
I was just starting college, And I remember being in a college history course. I took a lot of history courses because they were easy and fun. And I remember the word on the street. I have this specific memory of I saw it in theaters, like I think opening weekend probably. And I remember talking to other people I didn't even know in the class. They say, "Hey, you guys, psst, psst, you seen this Batman Begins? Pretty good, pretty good." And I remember that there was buzz on the street that this new Batman movie was actually, quote, pretty good.
Pretty good.
And that's where were we then segment of the show. So let's get into the movie. Origin stories.
Yeah. So this is a full deep dive into the character of Bruce Wayne and how he becomes Batman. It's the first Batman movie that really attempts to go into it. Talked about it in Forever. It tried.
Yeah, I did not
Chris
like it.
doesn't think it succeeded,
No,
but it was
bored as
attempting
hell.
to do something along the lines of what Batman Begins then kind of perfects.
With that bat, the slow motion bat puppet.
He was trying. It was a different
wasn't-
time, Chris. It was a different time.
No. Yes, no.
These were ideas that in early 90s Hollywood were laughed out of the room. And in the early 2000s, we finally figured it out.
Yeah,
And
we
Nolan
figured
comes in and he's like, "We're going to make this about
He's drama.
Batman."
He's drama. I'm sure it's Michael Caine, actually. I just put on his hat. We're gonna have real bats.
bats.
Tons of real bats. Actually, then
It's going to be all natural lighting.
all natural lighting.
They're going to do all the stunts themselves.
Or just like Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise.
Except British. Except better. We've got Christian Bale in here.
Apparently, Christian Bale, speaking of accents, because he's a partial like method actor, no one ever has really heard him with his normal Welsh accent.
Really?
Because they'll like only talk to him while he's doing roles, so he's always using the accent of whatever role he's in.
Yeah.
And usually it's American.
Was he American in Terminator Salvation?
I think so.
Because when he's the famous rant caught on,
Yeah,
that you can hear the accent.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
So there it is. But yeah, for
like,
most times.
Really, the only time I've ever heard him talk in his Welsh accent is when he's like accepting awards and stuff like that. And then you're like, holy shit.
I love that when that happens. I find it, as
It's
an American.
the one that tripped me out the most is Hugh Laurie, the lead of House.
Yeah. He's British?
Very British.
Wow. House is British.
Yeah. House is like the most American sounding American that's ever Americaned.
That's so cool because as an American, I don't know how to do the American accent. So when people do it, it's amazing. I'm really into accents. I wonder if there's anyone listening to this that's not from America. If there is, write in, tell us about it. Again, this is just a reminder to follow the podcast, and we thank you so much for listening.
Yeah, according to the demographics that I see, not a lot of people from not America.
Well, that's okay.
Actually, just not a lot of people listening
no,
whatsoever.
Those numbers are so wrong. What? What are you talking about?
How do we get 255 likes on our Joker Folie à Deux Facebook post, but 30 people have listened to it?
Oh my God. That's embarrassing.
I've only had
Just
30
kidding.
people to try and change their mind about that goddamn movie.
Yeah, we can talk about that's a rough fallout. We did that right away and then went to like watch the critical reception go
Just
down,
absolutely
down. Like,
fire in the streets.
One of the worst DC movies ever made. Yeah, but
I will say my main criticism of Batman Begins is that there's no music in it or singing in it. There is music in it.
Christian Bale could have done it. Who does the music? That's a good segue.
Hans Zimmer.
Hey!
But this is the only movie in the trilogy in which he has a helper. Hans Zimmer brought on James Newton Howard to help him out. So the big scores, kind of the famous ones, are Hans. Just really going for it.
They're fucking great.
But the whenever it's like softer and kind of light,
stupid,
that's James Newton Howard.
No, whatever. We don't care about that. We want the big epic Batman score. It's really good. Remarkable how many good scores they've gotten into Batman.
Yeah, if you're making a Batman movie, you better get an amazing person to make the music for it.
I know that Kurt Cobain famously did the Batman, right? Just something in the way. That's the only music I remember from that one.
Yeah.
But maybe, I don't know. I'm sure there's a score. I don't remember it, but so far, great scores. We got three composers, right?
Yeah.
Elfman, whatever the guy did him from the Joel movies, and then this Zimmer,
The Zimmer Cat,
the Zimmer cat. He
coming just off of Pirates of the Caribbean in the early 2000s.
yeah.
What he did another one, submarine movie with Denzel Washington. Can't remember the name of it, but I'm not going to take the time to look it up.
It's called The Submarine.
It's definitely not called The Submarine. There was a
Yellow
famous
Submarine?
There was a famous submarine movie called Das Boot.
Das
which
Boot, Hunt
is
for Red
German
October.
for the boat.
Das Boot, yeah. This is very good movie. This is the best movie about submarines. Okay, what is next? What is happening next with this?
So Zimmer and James Newton Howard are thrown in a score. I also talked about that the character study that this movie begins with and carries through, just a look into what made Bruce Wayne turn into Batman, the trauma, the early childhood life. We do have to put up with another Batman's parents getting killed.
Yes, we do.
But I think this is handled in the best way you possibly can do it.
Yeah, no, this makes that part actually not annoying, because in the other movies it feels like a obligatory.
You got to throw
scene.
it in.
You gotta throw it in. Oh, look at the pearls. La, 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 la. But this time it's like, no, this is at least more than half. About half of the movie is gonna be the origin of Bruce Wayne turning into Batman, which is very much fueled in his parents' death. I mean, and the vengeance and all that. So it's incredibly important, and they've got some nice actors. I could not tell you anything about the people that previously played Thomas Wayne, except maybe the Joker. But so you got good the guy that's the dad. The mom just says a couple things.
Yeah,
but
she's not heavily involved.
But yeah, the guy that plays Thomas Wayne, good. I mean, makes all of this stuff important. It makes it relevant. It gives a story to wrap around the entire genesis of Batman in a way that is incredibly watchable and interesting, as opposed to just like kind of a cliff note, whatever.
Yeah, and unlike the past Batman movies, who could not learn from learn from the successes, and then chose to pick the failures to build upon for their next movies, I will say that my opening notes for this movie are that it took Batman Forever an entire movie to try and get into the depth of Bruce Wayne, and Batman Begins does that in 5 minutes.
Yeah, and then some, and then it keeps going.
And this is also the first movie in which the first appearance of the Batman Bruce Wayne character is Bruce Wayne. It's not Batman. In every other movie, Batman masked up is in the movie.
Messed up. It's
before you see Bruce Wayne.
And to note here that you don't see Batman in Batman gear until over the hour mark.
Yep.
So, and I love the first hour. So what happens in the first hour? Let's get to it.
In the first hour, we are taken into the full backstory of Bruce Wayne throughout multiple timelines. So we first see him in the underworld, in kind of Asia, the crime underworld that he's thrown himself into, fighting in a jail, muddy, getting pulled away so that he doesn't beat the shit out of all the other prisoners. You get the great line, I'm protecting them from you. And then we get the intro to the League of Shadows. We get flashbacks to his childhood and the death of his parents, and how that basically leads him to this moment where he's going to kill Joe Chill.
Not so chill.
And he is unable to do so, and then has to go into the wilderness to learn more about how he's going to handle this trauma.
Yeah, it's noteworthy that right away Nolan is going to use non-chronological order, which of course I mean, Memento is backwards.
Yeah.
But so it's like reverse chronological. But here, he's taken, and it's effective because, I don't know, it's a little disorienting.
But it's not really, well, what it's doing is it's presenting ideas about the Bruce Wayne character in the one timeline and then explaining them using flashbacks. And it doesn't really ever do that again. Well, flashbacks do jump in, but like it is really like, hey, here's where this guy is. Well, how do we get here? And then we jump back. Well, how do we get to this?
We start though with him as a kid, so they're flash forwards. If we're gonna say if the rules of the movie are, where does it start?
True.
It starts with him as a boy,
running through the garden and then falling into the pit.
Yeah. So, which is really, it's good. All of it. I mean, so you and I both had the experience of not watching this thing for a while. I think some of us have, as a middle-aged white male, we're required to watch The Dark Knight every 2 years to keep our card. But not with Batman Begins. So I haven't seen it for a while. Same with you. I really enjoyed this part. You remember, Scarecrow, you remember, it's good. He does, he's got that training stuff in the beginning, but all of it, it's paced pretty well, and I enjoyed it. Well,
from a storytelling standpoint, this is just a straightforward hero's journey, adaptation. You get the young man who has to go on an adventure to learn about himself, who then finds a master who teaches him all that he needs to know and gives him the weapon and the knowledge to combat what the child has found wrong in the world. And then the child has to then turns into a man and then has to go out into the world and take this knowledge to shape the world into this idea that he has for it and, fully conquer and find the treasure or whatever.
See also Star Wars A New Hope.
Exactly. But there's also the way that it's playing on those things where you have the League of Shadows, and it seems to be the thing that is going to be what Bruce Wayne needs to learn and take into Gotham to fix Gotham, but it ends up being false. It ends up being an idea that he can't follow through with because of what it eventually asks of him to do, which is to, kill the innocent, or not even kill the innocent, but to kill a criminal and not offer, empathy, offer hope at all. And that hope is lost, and we need to use fear in order to fix, or in order to cleanse the world of the brokenness.
And it brings up an interesting idea so he's going to train with Liam Neeson. Okay. I mean, we can jump into that, and they bring up some really interesting ideas, which is what makes it work for me and really makes it, we briefly talked, and the Liam Neeson dialogue is really great, super well written,
unbelievably well written.
So you're getting into this after the Joel Schumacher verse,
where you could just watch those movies on silent and be like, all right,
it's fine. I get, but the writing is so good. All of a sudden, we went from having a hot dog to we are having a steak now. We have got quality performances. The score is always good, but really, prestige filming, writing, performances, all of it is top notch. This is it's made like a big, I don't know, crime drama. That's more but I guess hero's journey.
It's a hero's character study, but that does a masterful job of them building into what is going to happen in the next two movies. But this movie does a great job of pacing that out and being like, hey, I've got 3 movies to do this. Let's just hit the brakes on a lot. I want to see this. I want to see this bad guy. I want to do this. No, let's just take it easy. Let's get to know Bruce Wayne and, what we're going to work on with his themes.
And the humor is gone. But
there's some, there's light moments here and there, but a lot of the dialogue in this movie are people talking to Bruce Wayne and teaching him lessons.
Yeah, it's super serious. And so Liam Neeson. I forgot. Is it Henry? Is his name Henry?
Henry Ducard.
Henry. He doesn't look like a Henry. But regarding Henry, he talks about like that the kindness of the world is what criminals thrive on, and we must enact vengeance is justice, right? Yeah. So that's his role.
And that's well put, and I do want to segue us into potentially the best speech in the movie.
Let's do it.
The campfire speech after Bruce Wayne falls into the freezing water after giving up his ground, after he thinks he's going to be able to get a killing stroke.
You've given up your footing.
You've given up your footing for a killing stroke.
Oh my God. Yeah, it's great. Let's hear more of Taken Guy.
You're stronger than your father.
You didn't know my father.
But I know the rage that drives you. That impossible anger strangling the grief until the memory of your loved one is just poison in your veins. And one day you catch yourself wishing the person you loved had never existed.
Speak up,
Liam.
Liam.
Be spared your pain.
Wishing the person you loved had never existed so that you didn't have to experience that pain.
It's really good.
And this movie, this character Bruce Wayne is a boy that is just trying to impress his father, and his father died, and he can no longer impress him anymore.
Yeah, sorry I jumped on Liam's speech. It was a little quiet. I thought it was funny. But it is great. It's super well written, and all these ideas are just put out there in such a well stated way. I mean, like, it's taken, it's kind of like ideas that we all know to be true, and we kind of know that, like, okay, this is the general psychology of Batman, but then it just like elaborates on them and just like takes like a psychology background and just hits it with this wise sage. And you've got Liam Neeson. I mean, that guy could read a phone book. It'd be great.
Yeah,
it would be great.
And he's going full Qui-Gon Jinn.
Yes,
like, all he does is say the most thoughtful, thought-provoking stuff that you possibly can, and he's in full mentor mode and just, really training up the Bruce Wayne character.
If a tree falls in the forest, does anyone hear it? Stuff like that, just like, but it sounds so wise. It is. It's like, the tone matches the content. This is all hitting. Is good. I love this. You've got and you also see, the fighting. There is action in this first hour. So it's not like, oh, it's just going to be him, becoming Batman. You got to wait for the action. No, you don't. Awesome action. They introduced the hallucinogen that he,
which is a great, awesome thing because, as a part of the hero's journey, you have to, have various quests along with it. And the quest that Neeson gives him, where he's like, if you want to learn more about the League of Shadows, find this rare blue flower and carry it up the mountain. Like a very standard thing that you would hear in any hero type story. And that rare flower ends up being the fear-inducing drug that is then used as a way for Bruce Wayne to overcome his fear. Through the training.
Now we're going to trip balls. Whoa, Liam!
Hey.
Yeah, no, but yeah, it's so good. The plot is really good in this movie. Like it is awesome the whole way through, and this is no exception. Cool action scenes, cool mentor-mentee stuff happening here. It's a cool backdrop of. Where in Asia is this supposed to be? Do you know?
I don't know.
Yeah, but it's somewhere in Asia, I assume, and it's awesome. It's really cool, and you got the score happening, and then also, I believe you have while that's happening, stuff. Correct me if I'm wrong, but did they start cutting with like what's happening with Falcone? Like, are we getting some of that, like, at the same time?
No, so while that's happening, you're going through the Joe Chill trial, which is, like, Joe Chill is going to be released after, because they catch him initially after he murders Bruce Wayne's parents, and then it's, like, 8 or 9 years later, he's being released because he has information about Falcone, and the DA is going to use that in order to,
Bring down Falcone.
bring down Falcone. And Bruce Wayne is then going to take advantage of this, which he sees as a slight and a error by the district attorney of Gotham, to let this person go who, killed his parents. And he's like, I'm going to take vengeance.
He's doing what Liam taught him.
Well, Liam has the line to him where he's trying to understand about his parents, and he's like, but you weren't ever able to follow through on that resentment, that thing that you wanted to really actually do, which was to kill Joe. And he's unable to do that. And then it cuts back and you see how that became the case, where in a very Lee Harvey Oswald getting killed, the
Jack Ruby.
crime boss makes sure that guy is not talking after he gets released. It's actually shot very similar to the famous photo of Jack Ruby shooting Oswald.
Yeah.
And that then we realize after Christian Bale has a conversation with Katie Holmes in which he admits that he was going to kill Joe Chill. And she slaps him multiple times, and that's what leads him into the wilderness, so to speak.
So the pacing of having these two stories happen side by side really works well, because I find that it makes it so neither of those, they're both very well shot, like very watchable stories, like Bruce getting after it with Liam in the mountains, and the Joe Chill trial, but the way that they do it allows for really good pacing.
Yeah,
and it feels fresh, and you're into both stories, and it works very well.
And I'm going to get into a little bit of the nerdy stuff. So
Let's go.
There's a lot of psychological analysis and work that's being done throughout the first part of this movie. So you have the kids that are playing in the garden together, innocence, chasing. The first misdeed that's done is the young Bruce Wayne stealing the arrowhead away from the girl and running away. And he then falls into a pit and is then faced with a fear that he had not known yet. So he, living a blissful, ignorant life, and he falls into a pit, and all of a sudden this fear envelops him, and he's terrorized, and his father descends from above with the light gleaming behind him and rescues him and tells him, why do we fall, Bruce? So that we can learn to pick ourselves back up again. But we see that the young Bruce is not able to overcome that fear because he's in the theater later on, and even the protection of his parents at his side, he still has to leave.
Actually, a little bitch.
Yeah, and his
and his dad covers up for him.
Love it.
He's like, I wanted to go anyways, honey. Isn't that right, Bruce? You little bitch.
I hope you're doing that for your sons and giving them that same wink. That's excellent.
No,
stuff.
it is. It's very sweet, though. I mean, to make light of it because I'm making jokes for everything.
I'm telling you what, I teared up a little bit. I got a little choked up. No, his parents die, and it's, he's standing there looking out of Wayne Manor, and Alfred comes into the room, and he's like, it's my fault. I was afraid. That's why we left. And Alfred has to comfort him. And I was just like, God damn.
Yeah, it's good.
And
so all of that, it takes that story to such greater heights, right? Like, wow.
So you understand the trauma of this child who then buries it for multiple years. And that trauma comes back up again when Joe Chill is going to be released. And he thinks incorrectly, if I kill this, if I end it right here and take my revenge, that is what's going to fulfill me. And instead, he sees the corruption of Gotham. He sees the corruption of the world around him. Take that opportunity away from him. And then he has to dive into the depths of the criminal world to really understand what his trauma is actually all about. He has to understand this fear.
He does like an all-inclusive rich person ayahuasca retreat.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's like really expensive
Aaron Rodgers
one.
would dream
Oh
of
my
doing
God.
this.
Aaron was watching this just being like, oh God, darkness retreat.
I will take the blue flower up the mountain, sir.
Yeah, he's done that before, my friend. So, yeah, he does that.
And then he finds the teacher in Henry Ducard who is going to instruct him on how to overcome his fear by becoming fear itself. And he's like, this is great. I'm learning everything that I need to. I'm learning all the skills that you could possibly ever want. I'm going to take this back to Gotham. And then it turns out that the thesis for the League of Shadows is like, yeah, become fear. Yeah, be super well trained and all that sort of stuff. Also, we need to just eviscerate every single person and just start over again.
Yeah.
So let's start killing all criminals possible.
Little Nazi, like.
And Henry Ducard can be seen as a shadow version of what Batman could have been. If he follows through on becoming a part of the League of Shadows, this is the violent representation of fear that could cleanse Gotham in a different way. And so what happens when he is unwilling to chop the prisoner's head off and instead blows up the lair of the League of Shadows is he incorrectly saves Liam Neeson because he's still unwilling to let go of that anger, that part of him that does want to kill Joe Chill, that wants to use violence in that way to eliminate crime.
So that's why he saves Liam?
From a psychological standpoint, yes.
Okay.
So
What if it was just because he's a good guy?
It could be. Well,
And he's like, I don't want to
Yeah,
kill you.
and-
That's the classic hero
well,
move.
Neeson even says to him, it's your compassion is your weakness.
Yes, and so that stuff is important, and that is the psychological definition of what separates us from them as far as like villains and heroes, right?
But yes, you can attribute it to compassion, and it probably is, but there's always the dark side of the light side of compassion. There's a dark side to it. So there is a part of him, a part of that evil that he doesn't want to let go. And that is, saving Ducard in that moment is preserving a little bit of that.
Okay, I'll allow it.
And so...
But watch yourself, counselor.
I'm going to start singing like the Joker. There's massive people.
Boom.
And so what Bruce Wayne and Batman are going to now encounter throughout the rest of the movie are different representations of fear within the bad people within this movie. So the main bad guys. So he's going to find a version of fear in Scarecrow. He's going to find a version of fear in Falcone. And then he's going to also find the fear in the Ra's al Ghul character, who is, unfortunately, Henry Ducard, his teacher.
Yeah.
And
rough.
I'll just go into a little bit of the background on Henry Ducard, Ra's al Ghul, because it is a little bit confusing.
I was not familiar with them.
So it is a character from the comic books.
Okay.
Henry Ducard is a French assassin and a mentor figure who teaches Bruce Wayne.
He is not French.
Yes, I'm aware.
Hello. I would like to hear Liam Neeson do. Okay, here. This is Liam Neeson doing it for. Oh, all right. So first, I need to be Liam Neeson. Now I must do this. Oui. I don't know. Okay, so he's a French assassin, Ducard in the comics.
Yes.
Carry on.
And Ra's al Ghul is a completely other character who is the lead of the League of Shadows. Ra's al Ghul means the demon head.
Yikes.
And he sees himself as a figure authority of fear, and it reflects his ruthlessness and often merciless nature as a villain. What Nolan does is he then combines these two characters, and that's how we get the Henry Ducard becomes Ra's al Ghul at the end of this movie.
Wait. So
Ken Watanabe is not Ra's al Ghul. He is simply just a man so that the real Ra's al Ghul does not get assassinated.
okay. See, I was on my phone a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, no, I do think I remember that remotely from when I was
Chris,
seeing
it's
it.
called the League of Shadows. So their leader is in the shadows. He
Okay.
is not the prominent figurehead that when you climb up the mountain and
That
are in the
tracks.
monastery, they're like, here is Ra's al Ghul.
That tracks. No, you should keep that. That's a good plan. I'm glad he did that.
Yeah.
So okay, cool. Learning about this.
And
Sounds like a good movie. You should watch it sometime.
so we get through that first act, and then we get introduced to the second bad guy that we're going to be working on here, and that's Falcone, played by Tom Wilkinson.
There it is.
Some fantastic work by Wilkinson in this movie. I wish this character kind of would have held on for the next two movies. He gets replaced mainly by Eric Roberts in the next movie, at least.
And then Falcone is in the Penguin series, but he's played by someone else.
Yeah, but I mean, it's
Does
really good stuff.
He does a good crime boss with a weird little Caesar haircut.
Yes. So I'll give you some Wilkinson.
Some Wilkinson.
So this is his Falcone's version of his understanding of fear.
And you always fear what you don't understand.
It's true.
Always fear what you don't understand, and then we'll give him this one too.
I came here to show you that not everyone in Gotham's afraid of you.
Only those who know me, kid. Look around you. You'll see 2 councilmen, a union official, a couple off-duty cops, and a judge. Now, I wouldn't have a second's hesitation in blowing your head off right here and right now in front of them. Now, that's power you can't buy.
Except
It's
I
the
feel
power of fear.
okay.
It's the power of fear.
And I feel like he bought him though.
Oh yeah.
The money was also involved though. Like it wasn't totally fear.
I would say it's the thing that every cop and every lawyer in Gotham understands is that everyone is being paid off constantly.
The city is so crooked.
Yeah.
Only Commissioner Gordon won't take a. He won't take
Rachel Dawes.
He won't wet his beak, but he's ain't no rat.
He's I ain't no rat. I feel bad. We could talk about Commissioner Gordon in this. I feel bad in this movie because he does not have a lot to do.
No, but that's okay. He's getting set up for more.
He gets way better in the next 2 movies.
It's all right. He's just starting to wet his beak as Commissioner Gordon.
So we get Bruce Wayne going to confront Falcone. Falcone kind of, pieces him up a little bit, puts him in his place. And so Batman has to be created in order to take on Gotham. He has to become a symbol. He has to be uncorruptible. He has to become fear. And he lays that all out for Alfred, and
Sounds good, sir.
they set up the Batcave.
They do. The back left corridor.
Yeah,
Something
it's like the
that.
East Wing.
The back of the East Wing, sir. Needs a little bit of redoing. Let's play a couple of C notes on the old piano. Take you back there.
I love it.
Alfred, shout out. Yeah, Michael Caine is awesome. And he's just great. And he's a more active Alfred, but because he does like save Bruce a couple times. But
He's the ultimate father figure, Alfred.
yeah, the other Alfred was a little,
Kind of in the background.
yeah, a little background, a little comic relief. I'll get the car, so I'm dying also in the last movie. Oddly, okay.
Damn it.
But it's take 2 of these and call me in the morning. Remember that? Ooh, how far we have come. No more Mr. Freeze jokes.
No, and oh god. So we get to our first major action scene as Batman on the docks,
Okay, yeah, and with the red crates.
shot like a horror movie,
Yeah.
like people disappearing into the cartons or whatever those things are.
Yeah, the big crates or whatever. The
Shipping containers.
Yes. It's there.
Always a good location for action stuff.
Hell yeah.
I believe Nolan specifically wanted to shoot this from the perspective of the bad guys so that, Batman had the more like ethereal quality to him. He's like the phantom that is just pulling these guys out of nowhere.
It reminds me, it's done better and longer, but it reminds me exactly of the first time you see Batman in the Burton movie.
Sure.
It's the same
Yeah.
idea. He comes out of the shadows. The thugs. So it's the same idea. It's done in a more grandiose, better way, but same idea.
And he has the same line. He pulls Falcone
Exactly.
out of the top of the car and gives him...
I'm Batman.
I'm Batman. He sure does.
And we get our first introduction into the Christian Bale Batman voice, which is definitely toned down in this movie.
It's toned down a little bit.
It gets a lot raspier.
Just
in
you wait for the Dark Knight.
Dark Knight, and then Dark Knight Rises and goes to a whole other level.
Hell yeah.
Also, just a shout out for anyone that listens to Comedy Bang Bang or is a subscriber to Comedy Bang Bang World. You should subscribe. Bobby Moynihan has a show called Who Me, the Batman, and the entire time he just does the Christian Bale Batman voice. And every show he starts out essentially by asking. There's always like a person playing a villain, and he goes, now's the part of the show where we say,
Where is she? Where is she? Where to me?
exactly. It's great. It's highly recommend. Yes, he does the Batman voice. Here's a question: does this movie lose a step or take you out of it the first time you see Bale as Batman?
No.
Okay, little like just because before then it seems like such a serious movie.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he's in the costume, and I get it. That's Batman. We love it, but you're like, oh, okay, yeah, he's doing that. That's fine. He has to. That's the whole fucking title of the movie. But it's just like they wait for a long time to go there, and they build up this like very fine film, right? And then it's over. It's like it's an hour in where they do this. So they really take their sweet time before you see, that he's got a rubber costume on, and you're like, oh yeah, we have to do this. This is Batman.
Yeah, I think it does a good job of setting your expectations for it with the conversations with Lucius Fox, all the different pieces of equipment that he's asking him for.
That's cool too.
Love Lucius Fox, like, oh, you wouldn't want to know about that.
Yeah, the tumbler.
You wouldn't be interested in that at all.
Oh man, the tumbler, all that cool stuff. He's got a great team behind him.
So, what do you think? Does it come in black?
He's got a great team. It's good actors all around.
I need this armor for spelunking.
Oh, I'm so tempted to just go into Morgan. I'll hold off for now because I want to do it in the mirror. I want to just practice.
So I believe the filmmaking idea behind maybe you being taken a little bit out by Bale and his representation in the costume is that this is set in a real world.
Yes, exactly.
Like the other Batman movies are definitely
silly ass worlds.
Yes, they are as goofy as a man running around in a bat suit.
And this is literally like a drama, like a serious as fuck movie.
Shot in a real city.
Yes.
With real buildings and real guns.
All of it is so real, such good performances, not over the top big, like just good, appropriate, quality performances. And then all of a sudden, I'm Batman. But it's fine. I don't mean to shit on the... I mean, I'm aware we are doing a Batman franchise series. But it is... You make the point. You made the point, right?
It shows the levels that Bruce Wayne has now had to go to in order to clean up Gotham. Like, he's literally running around in armor to clean the city up.
They do it as best as they possibly could.
Shout out to Michael Mann and Heat, as always, which introduced probably the most perfect sound design for guns being used in a movie ever used, ever. Same sound design is used in this opening fight scene. The guns going off at the harbor sound so perfect, so loud, echoing perfectly. The fighting style that Batman used, the very close combat with the quick editing, doesn't get used in the other Batman movies as much. This one definitely goes for this style of fighting a lot more, with the quick action and all that sort of stuff. But from the past movies where it's kind of just like roundhouse kicks and straight punches and stuff like this, this is definitely more of the brawling, Batman using the full arsenal of his ability.
It's all based in reality.
And he's also not like he does in some situations get out of the situation by using the equipment and stuff like that. But this Batman is a lot more willing to like take a beating and punch his way through the problem instead of just like swooping out of there.
Yeah, much less grappling hooks. Although a few. That still is his favorite weapon.
Have to. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got to grapple.
How are you going to be a gargoyle at the top of Gotham City without grappling hook your way up there?
He'd be so screwed if he went to work and he's like, okay, I got everything. Oh, fuck, my grappling hook.
It's the one thing I use all the time.
But Christian Bale is... I think he's the right size for what Nolan asks of him to do in this. So, like, all the fighting seems even more realistic. Apparently, Bale did a lot of the stunts. Nolan likes his actors to do as much of the stunts as they possibly can themselves. Nice. Adds more to the realism. So, Neeson and Bale are doing a lot of the stuff. And then, the stunt guys are coming in for coverage and stuff like that. But this movie is just leaning as much into the realism as possible.
Yes.
A lot of the effects in this are practical. I think only 10% are CGI. So just way less than the other movies' reliance on, green screens and computer-generated stuff.
Now let's get to the Scarecrow.
I know you want to get to the Scarecrow. I don't really want to get to the Scarecrow.
Oh, but here
I'm gonna disappoint you.
The Batman. You got it? You got it. He's got that clip.
I don't have that clip.
Oh, man.
But I do have this one.
Would you like to see my mask?
Hell yeah, man. Cillian Murphy, I mean, I liked it. This was one of the first times I saw this guy. Because I didn't watch Peaky Blinders. I know it's really good.
That was after this movie.
Okay, but... So, yeah.
You didn't watch Sunshine.
No, I did not watch Sunshine.
Which is a great Danny Boyle film.
Okay. Noted.
Yes.
So this was my first time, and I thought he's great for this. Like, he's got that kind of nerdy, well, not nerdy, but he's not like an imposing figure. But that's his whole thing. He is kind of a wimp because it's all about the mind.
Yeah.
He's all into the mind, and he trips people out. And if any of us have ever had a bad trip, we know that shit is bad. So, we can all some of us can relate to how horrifying that can be. And, I mean, it's cool. It's not a major role. Like, he kind of just comes on, and I feel like it's good, though, that they have something besides Ra's al Ghul, because he's not a fun villain.
No.
He's like a wise, but if it's a Batman movie, we need a fun villain. It's required.
Yeah.
And so,
and Ra's is definitely a villain that is in the background. He's kind of moving the chess pieces around, and Falcone and Scarecrow are his pieces that he's moving around.
Yeah, and so you get, it's I thought it was nice. So what you don't like Cillian Murphy?
I don't like
Oppenheimer himself, Academy Award winning,
I
old blue eyes.
Nothing. Not quite. I have nothing against Cillian Murphy or really even his performance in this movie. I just think we could add a little bit more from Scarecrow. On revisiting this, I'm like, he's not in that much of this movie. Like, he's not doing a whole lot.
But there's so much. I mean, we devote at least, I think it's probably over half of the movie we just devote to the origin. So
yeah.
So that's all, like, that's its own contained thing. Then we have an hour to do the whole rest of the movie.
Sure.
And they got to have Falcone. They have a lot of stuff to do. And he's not going to be a character that can, I mean, he's a one-trick pony, and it's cool. And you bring in Arkham Asylum, you bring it, so you got that, very historic place.
Well,
fake historic.
Yeah, and the Scarecrow is a great villain to have in this movie in particular because he is another representation of fear and how it is used.
So much fear.
Dr. Crane, as the Scarecrow, is using fear selfishly. He even says he's like, I just like, the mind and its control over the body and that sort of stuff.
I respect it.
And you get Falcone, who's using another representation of fear used for power.
Yeah.
And so those two kind of working in tandem, selfishness for power. in the middle of this movie before Ra's comes back in the end, who is, again, another representation of fear. Really carried through. I just wish there was maybe a little bit more with Scarecrow. I think I'm kind of like...
They gave you a little more in The Dark Knight.
A little.
He like shows up in the parking lot. Hey, remember me?
He does
ya.
get to do like some fun cameo stuff.
Yeah. Hey,
and then
remember me? Remember my mask?
Dark Knight Rises, he's the judge.
Oh yeah.
We'll get there.
Well, yeah, I don't
We'll get
remember
there.
that.
There's a very fun part in Dark Knight Rises.
So, I think it's cool. It's effective. They have a lot of other stuff going on, and they really have to get to the main plot, which is, hey guys, we're gonna put a vaporized hallucinogenic weapon all over Gotham. It's gonna be crazy. Everyone's gonna be scary tripping until their minds blow up. Here we go. Crazy ass plot line, right?
It is insane, but it does follow through because you've seen what the flower, when it's mixed and inhaled, does to Bruce Wayne while he's learning in the League of Shadows.
Yeah.
So you're kind of following that through, and you're like, oh, well, these guys are working for Ra's al Ghul. Well, some of the drugs is tainted. Well, it must be tainted with this flower potent stuff. And then Dr. Crane basically says it out loud. He's like, yeah, we got some wild stuff, all that sort of stuff. And he gasses Batman once, so we get another...
It's a concentrated form.
We get the other effect. We get Rachel gets dosed with it.
I like the scene where he wakes up he goes to back to Wayne Manor, and he wakes up. You've been out for 2 days, sir.
He drinks that green juice and just starts hammering push-ups too. Yeah. I love it.
It's
also another great Alfred callback when he's stuck underneath the flaming beam.
Yeah.
It's like all those push-ups and you
did all those push-ups for nothing. Sure.
I love it. Alfred's awesome in this movie.
He is. So yeah, I think it works.
It's very cool too because like I said, you're kind of piecing it together yourself before they say it out loud, where they introduce the microwave emitter getting stolen off of a Wayne ship by some group of bandits. And they're like, well, what does that thing do? And Lucius Fox explains that like it was used in desert warfare to vaporize the
water
drinking supply. And you're like, well, what would they do with that? And then in like the next scene, you're seeing them pouring it into the water main, and you're like, oh shit. Like, if they are doing this, they got a hallucinogenic drug in there, and then they start vaporizing it, shit's gonna go crazy.
Would you call that weapon a thirst trap? Sorry. Okay.
I will not respond to that.
Okay, so cool ideas, big ideas, and it's cool. And also, Cillian Murphy's early in his career, but we have... you look back and you're like, oh my gosh, like he's bringing it. You've got just such a good cast. So I like it. A lot happens. We get to we're ready to end this?
Yeah. So we get to the end of the movie where obviously the microwave emitter has been brought in. Ra's al Ghul has showed up at Wayne Manor. Bruce Wayne gives a very funny fake drunken speech where he kicks all the rich assholes out of his mansion. It burns down to the ground. Alfred saves him. He gives him the return to his father's speech.
Why do we force? So that we can learn to pick ourselves up. Still haven't given up on me. Never.
Sorry, it got me. Never. Oh, so good. I felt like I was on Christmas morning just watching, listening to that.
I love it.
It's beautiful.
Alfred picks up Bruce Wayne, who then is like, I got to be the savior of Gotham.
Fucking movie magic, though. Michael Caine just talking over that score like that. Oof.
And Ducard is really like, as Ra's al Ghul has like brought him down to level. He's like, oh, you think that, the dressing up and this theatricality is what I was teaching you? Here's what I'm actually teaching you. We're coming into Gotham. We're preying on the fear of the people, and we are going to cleanse this city.
We cleanse this city.
And the trains are going to run on time.
Yeah. We get to the train, and that's where he beats him, right? So he just like gets the train to not stop, and he kills them, right?
Yeah, I mean, he does hand the keys to the Batmobile over to Commish Gordon. Who,
That's cool. He gets to ride around in the tumbler.
You know how to drive stick.
He's like, whoa, baby. Okay.
I gotta get me one of those.
So, quick question for someone that I might have gotten a text. The people that get dosed in the Narrows, they get fixed?
Yeah, so there's a cutscene where you see that Batman has given Lucius Fox one part of the antidote that was created in order to make duplicates of it for people.
Okay, so there is the scene where he says like, yeah, make copies of it, but
Yeah.
I was just like, did I miss a scene where they like spray it over the town? And
I don't know if they necessarily show that, but they do have the capability of curing the people.
They better hurry up though, because it is implied when the Katie Holmes gets it that they do not have a lot of time before she brain dies.
They yada yada a lot of that.
There's some good memes with her falling asleep or like dying in the car and him going no as he pulls. Yeah, that's pretty good. Full blast.
I do want to talk a little bit about that chase scene, which is really good. The first time that you kind of see the tumbler in action, going through the city, plowing through, driving on highways. Turning the lights off so that you can sink back and then pull forward and all that sort of stuff. It's a really well thought out chase scene, which makes no geographic sense.
Sure.
Because all of a sudden he just like pulls off of the highway and he's at Wayne Manor and going through the forest.
It's like LA. Everything takes 20 minutes.
No, it's very Michael Mann. So Michael Mann gets criticized all the time for having all of the traveling around LA just being completely out of whack, and people that know like how to get to and from places in LA. Yeah. They're like, what just took them 5 minutes in the movie would take you an hour in real life to do.
Be like, okay, you live in LA, we get it.
So Batman in Gotham City is just like touring around the city, blah, 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 blah. He's like, oh, I get on the highway there, and boom, we're at Wayne Manor, which is like out in the middle of the countryside.
Yeah, whatever. He goes fast. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So yeah, the cars and the all of this stuff is done really well in these Nolan movies. We'll get to see a lot more.
It does get a little bit better in the next movie.
100%.
Where we start going into mastercraft.
Yeah, I'm ready. So let's.
So I want to talk a little bit about the train crash at the end. So,
Yeah.
Are you a fan of the Spider-Man movies, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies?
No.
Oh my god!
I was.
Do you know of them at least?
Yeah.
Do you know like one of the most important scenes in superhero movie history in Spider-Man 2, where he's on the subway and it crashes after fighting with Doc Ock, and then he's like carried by the people.
Yeah, I saw that movie at a drive-in in Door County, Wisconsin.
All right. Well, that movie came out in 2004.
Yeah, it did.
This movie came out in 2005.
Mm-hmm.
So it is, in a way, kind of stealing by ending the movie on a subway that crashes, all that sort of stuff. Spider-Man 2
What a hack.
kind of does it a little bit better.
Ooh.
And this is where I will
Shots fired.
introduce what will be a common theme in the Nolan Batman movies, from me at least. I think, Chris, we're kind of on the same page.
The ending.
Ending problems.
You got an ending problem. Yeah, I didn't think that the ending was. I found it to be anticlimactic. That's why I actually did double take. And yeah, did I look at my phone a little bit? Yeah, I did. Sorry, but I was like, so we're done. Like, because I knew it was happening. Like, okay, yeah, I remember this is happening, and okay, they crash a train, and we're done. That's it.
Yes.
It's like, okay, I guess that's it. The whole movie and just the end is just kind of like, it sputters out. Like, you get a little poof at the end.
I think the start of this movie does such a good job of setting everything up and, keeping a fantastic pace all the way through that, like, kind of when we get back to Gotham, you're like, well, the movie does have to be 2 hours, so we kind of have to, like, do something more. And I think at least the last 30 minutes of this movie are kind of just like, well, it's a superhero movie. We got to do superhero stuff and just make it happen.
It's not. I'm not saying it's bad, but it's not the best part of the movie.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
I think the quality of the beginning is just so high that you can kind of forgive the end, and you're kind of gonna have to do that for all the Nolan Batman movies.
Spoiler alert.
But there's little pieces here and there. There's a lot of good lines and stuff like that, and the final scene between Ra's al Ghul and Batman, where Ra's is like, "Oh, have you finally learned your lesson and you're gonna kill me?" And he's like, "No, but I also have learned that I don't have to save you." And he, swoops away and lets
I'm taking my power back.
Neeson fall to his demise.
Yes, he does. All right, let's size it up. Let's do our awards.
All right, let's get to the awards. Okay, Chris, I did send you a reminder text earlier today.
Cute. It was nice how you did it.
To prepare.
You're like, I wonder what my favorite scene will be, ... I was like, oh yeah, that's right. Every single time we do this, I forget about it until the very end. And then I pick one scene and say, actually, no, wait, it's this scene.
I have had an entire life's work of mastery in passive aggressiveness, and it's just at its highest level sometimes when I have to point Chris in the right direction.
It's fine. It's done in a gentle way. Just like Henry Ducard.
Yes.
Vengeance. All right.
You finally learned your lesson, Chris. Will you kill me?
Have you finally learned your lesson?
All right, Chris, what's your favorite scene?
I'm going to go with I'm gonna go with the time where he crashes the party on Scarecrow in the drug factory. So they're making the drugs. He's gonna dose Katie Holmes, and there is that I don't know if it's necessarily good, but Cillian Murphy's eyes are insane, and he has two crazy eye moments. First of all, when he goes, and that's almost a little out of character out of nowhere, where he's like, it's the Batman, but he's just giving those crazy eyes, and he's like, do this, and then Batman comes in. There's a big hallucinogen fight, and he doses Dr. Crane, and Dr. Crane is tripping balls looking at Batman, and it looks crazy. He's like, whoa, whoa, and he has the line like, Dr. Crane isn't here. Leave a message.
Dr. Crane isn't here anymore.
Yeah, it's so, it's just a lot of fun.
I also, another great Cillian Murphy, it's not a part of this, but it's in the Narrows at the end when he's riding the horse, and Rachel is seeing the horse with the flaming nostrils and all that sort of stuff, and then she just tasers him, and he just falls back and is like, oh! Also, I gotta throw this in there for all my Game of Thrones fans out there. The little blonde-haired boy that shows up, potentially the worst character in this movie, Jack Gleason, who is King Joffrey in Game of Thrones, a remarkably memorable character.
Yeah, I knew that guy looked familiar.
But that's young Jack Gleason.
Jackie Gleason!
Which, again, is the worst part of this movie.
Wow, you hate little kids.
I hate kids in movies, period.
Man.
Unless they're being specifically used to, enhance the adult character. So, I love the kid in Jerry Maguire because he's just
Jonathan Lipnicki?
Yeah, he's just Jerry's little buddy. And he just says funny stuff. But if it was just a movie about him, I'd be like, get him out of there.
He made a movie after called, I think it's called Little Vampire or something.
Oh, yeah.
Did not do well.
Yeah, the only time where kid acting is good, Stand By Me is good.
My Girl?
Goonies is good.
Home Alone?
Sandlot is good. But that's it. Kids.
That's it?
Kids that are thrown into adult movies that don't enhance the adult characters in the movie.
Get them out of here! You're out. There's got to be great examples. That's another list for another time, though.
I will say that the young Bruce Wayne in this movie, though very weepy-eyed and not a great actor at all, is doing okay. The girl that's playing the young Rachel is terrible, and they correctly were just like, don't ever talk.
Get her out of here. Wow.
Kids in movies suck. But back to your scene, Chris. I think it's fine.
I am going with it.
What a lame duck pick for what a fantastic movie.
Yeah, I was going to do something from the first hour, but I will let you do that. Maybe.
I'm going to go with Bruce Wayne speaking to Falcone before...
At the restaurant?
I love it so much, so we already played The Power of Fear. He also has this line, which is unbelievable.
Yeah, you got spirit, kid. I'll give you that. More than your old man, anyway. In the joint, Chill told me about the night he killed your parents. He said your father begged for mercy. Begged. Like a dog.
He's just cucking the little Bruce Wayne.
Begged. Like a dog.
Like a dog. Jeez, man.
And I was watching the scene with my dog, and she took offense to it. She said that was very specious of Tom Wilkinson. I think I've given it away. I have a very soft spot for Tom Wilkinson in this movie. I think he's fantastic.
Wow.
Fantastic. I like his little Chicago accent he's got going on throughout the entire thing.
Yeah.
He also has this fantastic line speaking to
many Wilkinson polls.
I couldn't
Jeez.
So when did the nut take over the nut house?
So when did the nut take over the nut house?
So I had to pick the scene in which Wilkinson kind of gets to do his thing. And I love that scene between him. He, obviously has the line where he talks about the power of fear.
It's the power of fear.
Bam, 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 ba-da-da-da. Thank you, Huey Lewis.
Do you like Huey Lewis in the news?
Ooh, good callback. Very nice. But yes, I love that scene. So our favorite performance in the movie.
Okay, you go first.
It's Tom Wilkinson.
Oh, this guy's he's the nut in the nut house for Wilkinson.
I love him. He's so good. I think Neeson is obviously just cruising. He is kind of just doing Qui-Gon Jinn the entire movie, but that's fine. Throw Qui-Gon Jinn into any single movie. Phantom Menace is one of the greatest Star Wars movies ever made.
Woof.
But I think Wilkinson, for the main people in this movie, kind of rises above and gives the best performance.
Okay. I am gonna give it to my man, Christian Bale.
Oh, I thought you were going Michael Caine.
I would go Michael Caine. Sometimes, I don't know. Sometimes the voice
you do have to drop a lot when you're doing Michael Caine.
Sometimes it's Michael Caine.
Oh, I looked up a fun fact about Michael Caine. Do you know what Michael Caine's real name is?
Michael Douglas.
No, it is Maurice Joseph Micklewhite Jr.
Jesus. Well, I'll just call him Michael Caine.
So he took Caine he saw a movie in the 1950s called The Caine Mutiny, and he's like, I'm Michael Caine.
I like that. Michael Caine. Not Lip Nicky or whatever the hell that was.
Okay, Maurice. Some people call me Maurice.
Rip roo. That clipped. So no, I'm gonna go with Bruce with Christian Bale.
Springsteen?
With Bruce Springsteen, the boss, baby. Oh, we're all white, middle class,
dancing in the dark.
They never show up playing 3.5 hours long. Whoa, middle class. Working all night. Okay, so that's great, man.
Man, we got to start bringing Bruce into the podcast
more.
Whoa,
yeah. Hey, brother. Working all day on the factory line until we got a little something, and she loved me and I loved her. Oh, yeah. Stop voting for Republicans. The Democrats all the way. Yeah. Max, take it over, Max Weinberg. Boom. Yeah, Max, go. You're going to be the band leader on Conan one day. But until now, just hit that snare drum. Born in. Okay. So I got him, ladies and gentlemen. I've never gotten this is the most Luke's ever laughed. So thank you.
I love it. I hope Bruce shows up for the Dark Knight.
Oh yeah. Why so serious? Oh well. Okay. So So Bruce Wayne, we're talking. I'm giving it to Christian Bale because there's no way Christian Bale's ever going to get this again.
No.
Okay? And I want to respect, he's a decent Batman. We've talked about how it is a difficult role to play, and this movie is about him. And yeah, I could say Liam Neeson or Michael Caine might give more performances that maybe are very enjoyable as well. Really good. But I'm going to give it to Christian Bale because, yeah, this is his movie. And as we're going to see as we move on, the movies are really not about him that much. Batman takes a back seat. And this is, I will say, the best Batman movie. Because this is a movie, Scarecrow, all the villains they're there. They're important, but they're not the best part.
Oh, no.
They're not the best part. And that's honestly all the other movies you could make the case that they were, or at least the thought was that they might be, right? But whether we think they're successful or not, they're the exciting thing. Oh, they're very exciting. This one was like, I want to write the shit out of the Batman origin story. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be exciting, and we're going to really do it. And Christian Bale does a great job.
Christian Bale says more words as Bruce Wayne in the first 10 minutes of this movie than Keaton does in both of his movies that he's in combined.
Yeah, and it's a super well-rounded character study of Bruce Wayne, aka eventually Batman, and we've never had a movie like that. And we might never have. Well, I don't know. I forget about the Matt Reeves movie, so we'll find out about that.
There.
But to this point, like, it has not been done. So good, Christian Bale. Y'all fucking amateurs, except for Christian Bale.
He's a great actor. It's a great performance. There's certain parts of this movie, like he has to like carry a lot of like the comedy part too when he's like just being, billionaire playboy Bruce Wayne when he like buys the hotel.
Yeah, he does have the only real comedic moments.
Yeah.
And it was
and when he's talking to Lucius Fox and stuff and like making up lies.
You're out in the middle of the night, you get hit with it, everyone's passing around a weaponized hallucinogen.
Yeah, that's great.
Like, oh my God, Bruce, you're good. You're on fire. So, that's it. And now we get to the rating.
No, MVP.
MVP! Oh, I know. I was just making sure.
MVP.
Never forget MVP. Ever. Never forget. Christopher Nolan, baby.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not going to disagree with you.
Honorable mention to Hans Zimmer.
Zim.
Yeah, honorable mention to, the actors, except Katie Holmes. Whatever. She
gets replaced.
Yeah, she gets replaced, and it's better for her. I mean, I don't know. Whatever. She has had a weird life.
Yeah.
I don't know. The whole Tom Cruise thing, and I don't know.
She's just cute as a button, though.
Yeah, like Dawson's Creek. She reminds me of I don't know. She stayed the way I viewed her in 8th grade. So when I became an adult, I was like, no, that's weird. Like you're like a hot, middle school. Wait, I'm not even going to talk anymore. That's erase that. But anyways, she's exactly. What did he say?
Swear to me. Swear to me. Never talk about that time I talked about Katie Holmes being hot because she looked young. Never fucking talk about that ever again.
Bruce Springsteen, stop doing your Batman voice.
Sorry about that, baby. The Dark Knight always comes to town when he's coming to Jersey.
Hit it, E Street Band.
Okay, MVP. Yeah, I already gave mine. What's yours?
It's Nolan.
Specifically
as the writer for this movie. Dark Knight definitely goes into just him putting on a directing tour de force. This is more of, again, we've talked about a character study. It is the writing. So I guess Goyer gets a little shout out for that too.
Goyer.
And Nolan with the polishing at the end. But I think this movie, especially the first hour of it, is just written fantastically.
So fucking good.
Yeah.
All right. What you got for a rating, buddy?
Whew. Man, so I'm going to have to pace myself as this is the first.
Don't shoot too high.
This is the first movie.
We got 3 more. We got 2 more, I mean.
2 more. I have an idea of where Dark Knight's going to land. I've got a wild idea of where Rises might be.
Yeah, he likes that.
But let's Let's bring this to a nice, easy 8.6 for Batman Begins.
Ooh, yeah.
8.6.
That's right. It's a nice smooth 8.6, baby. I'm gonna go 8.4. I was originally thinking like 8, but no, I mean I guess it's a little above. It's super good.
I would say
Actually, you know what? I'm going with my initial gut. I'm giving it an 8. An 8 is a great score. I love it. It's just it's really good. I like it. It's not like the best thing I've ever seen, but it's also worthy enough that it needs to be in the 8 tier as opposed to the 7, because it is a quality goddamn movie.
Do you like this movie less than Alien Covenant?
No. Or yes.
Wow.
Alien Covenant has a special place in my heart. I mean, they're both great. I both enjoy watching both of them. Give me fucking Covenant. I love Covenant, and I want dueling Davids. I want the planet. Fuck yeah, man.
I mean,
Covenant rules.
as we go on with these franchises and the ratings start to pile up, this is gonna get
We
wild.
will bring you under the light and say, "What do you think about this? Explain to me. Do you hold up next to your rankings?"
Entry of the gods into Valhalla.
Entry. You have symphonies in you, my brother. Okay, so
There it
next
is.
we're on to the quintessential, perhaps one of the best superhero movies ever made. Some people say. We'll find out what we say about it next
We are
week.
gonna just break brand new ground on our thoughts and ideas about The Dark Knight.
Heath Ledger, overrated. Phones it in. Horrible Joker.
Over
He
the
should be
top.
singing in a courtroom.
Oh, if only he was.
He's probably a good singer. I'm sure he sings in something. I don't know.
I
Or did. R.I.P.
Yeah. Well,
We'll get to it. We'll find out maybe how he got those scars. But until then, again, thank you so much for listening. If you've gotten this far, especially thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Please subscribe. Tell your friends. We thank you so much for listening. We are just a small little podcast, and you give us life. Whoa! We'll see you next time.
I'm cutting that part up. Bye.